what's the word? Just not violating, just uh oh my god. So now that I've got the introductions out of the way, it took me 2 episodes to do that. Now I'm gonna do some actual content for this internet show that I'm having, and I actually I still feel weird doing this, and I'm still trying to get myself used to, and I'm still trying to improve my talking skills. And even though I still cringe when I watch what I've been uploading, I'm gonna do it anyway. So thank you for everybody who's watched, or at least clicked my link. And now I'm gonna start uh, by making a comics review. And so I've been it actually kind of stings me a little bit that I'm using this name Komiksman in my Facebook page, and in YouTube, and basically everywhere, in Instagram and Twitter. That's the name that I use. Just somebody gave it to me. Just just to explain. I used to have this pseudo company back in back in I don't know, mid 2000s. I was calling my this made up company of mine Comics Manila, and then I have this friend, a former co-worker, Benjo, Benjo Kamay, and he suggested the name Comics Man, taken from Comics Manila. So wow, I thought that was a cool name. So I used it, and it kind of stuck. So I just uh, I just owned up to it. Oh, anyway, so since I'm using that name, and I'm not doing comics, and I'm not doing anything comics related right now. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna do comics reviews at least. Okay, so the first comics that I'm gonna review is Batman White Knight. Okay, so I've asked around because I haven't read the current stories, comics, any kind of current new comics. I haven't been reading comics since I, I think the most recent comics that I've read is the Secret Invasion series back in how many years. But now I'm gonna try to to read new comics and do videos along with it. So let's start. So first is White Knight. I haven't seen it. I just went with the recommendations that I was getting when I asked around, especially in Comicada. Shout out to you guys. That's where I asked for suggestions. Comicada Facebook group. That's yeah, there are cool guys in there, and yeah, go if you're interested in Filipino comics. If you're a Filipino comics guy or girl, it's a fun group. Okay, let's open the comic book. I got this from Phil Bars in UP Town Center, and actually have footages of that. Maybe I'd edit that into a blog. Actually, that's the plan, but I don't know. I don't know if I get enough time. My schedule's very busy right now, and I'm just able to sneak in this podcast and the other one within hours of breaks. So, without further ado, White Knight. Oh wait! I have something. I have figured out something in this OBS program. And one, two, three. Whoo! Ha! Fancy, huh? Batman, White Knight, Sean Murphy with Matt Hollingsworth. Okay. So first impressions. Uh, the 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 artwork, cover art, it's very nice. It's I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Will Eisner's brush strokes, but it's a different drawing style. It's very effective, has a good impact on the viewers, on the readers, and actually, I'm not familiar with this artist at all. This is the first time that I'm gonna be reading something that is that he drew. Okay, so Sean Murphy. I don't know if that's the writer. Maybe Matt Hollingsworth is the artist. Let's see. Okay, Sean Murphy. Script, art, covers. Script, art. Okay, so that means I don't know if you can see. Let's see. There it is. Hmm. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay. This is hard, man. This is hard. This is hard. Okay. Sean Murphy is script, art, colors, covers, cover colors. So Sean Murphy is both the artist and the writer of this series. Very cool, very cool. That's my dream job. That's my dream project. Not job. That's why I write my own comics because what I really want to do. Anyway, let's go back to reading. So okay, so there's Batman. He is chained in Arkham Asylum. Okay, you'd think Batman would be the one riding the Batmobile when it entered Arkham Asylum, but somebody, Batman, is the one chained, or at least somebody that looks like Batman. Okay, so this is the guy who was driving the Batmobile. Whoa! Mr. Joker. Is this Mr. Joker? Mr. Napier? Oh, it's interesting already. So Batman is chained, looks like it, is chained in Arkham Asylum, and this guy, Mr. Napier na. Let's use Napier, okay? Napier, which is Mr. Joker, which is the Joker, is the one who's free and visiting Batman. Okay, 1 year ago. Hmm. What the? I thought the Justice League showed up, Flash and Superman, and it's just a Snickers commercial. So crowd work. Oh, he's speaking like a comedian. The Joker is using comedy speak. Improv. Is he a comedian? Is the Joker an actual comedian in this series? I'm I'm a slow reader, okay? So bear with me. We're team bats. Admit it. That's our dynamic. All that's missing is the makeup sex. Let's put this the other side, maybe. Okay, so he's beating. Okay, this is a good page. He's beating the Joker. Okay, so these policemen are just watching Batman beat up the Joker. Huh. Somebody is okay. So Batman just stuffed the Joker with these pills, and according to the Joker, it's medication for his insanity that would make him better. Okay, okay. So they got it in camera. This so apparently it's a girl who was taking the video. Maybe this girl, this one. Okay, so she got the footage and she's gonna use it in her blog. And now it's viral. Ha, Batgate. It's Batgate. Hmm. I look like I'm in the toilet reading comics. Okay, so apparently there's SJWs in the DC universe in this universe, and they're siding with the Jokers with the Joker because he got his ass beat up by the Batman, and the police just stood over and watched. Ah, yeah, that was. But unfortunately, somebody has taped it, and it went viral. Let's try another angle. Maybe this one is better. Yeah, this one's better. Okay, so Joker, the Joker is really a comedian in this series. Okay, well, I think he's always been a comedian, but uh, the most of the stories they just focus on him being a psycho, and that's uh, he's a psycho much more than anything else. So sometimes he's even a businessman who just happens to wear this clown face, and he's just he's he's just a psycho. But now he's a, he's a comedian. Well, maybe you could say they're just making him a clown because a clown is different from comedian. But of course, the name Joker would mean somebody who tells jokes, and clowns don't tell jokes. At least at least originally, maybe I don't know. But a comedian would always tell jokes and make people laugh. Okay. Clowns generally they entertain. Anyway, I love this page. I love this page. Okay, so Jack Napier is uh, is the Joker. He's the guy from the first pages who visited Batman in his cell in Arkham Asylum. So based on this, probably went downhill for Batman after this Batgate thing. Oh, Batman animated series poster right there. Okay, so Alfred is sick. So that's why Batman is is distraught. He's that's why he was acting um, extra violent because he's something's bothering him, and it looks like it's Alfred um, being sick, and I think he's dying. What? Okay, so it looks like the pills that Batman gave the Joker actually worked, and okay, let's see what happens. Oh, and not only that, he's he's cured from his insanity, and his IQ his IQ scores he's scoring well beyond the level of genius. Okay, this is this is a nice panel. This is a nice panel. I'm gonna talk about this panel later on. Okay, okay, Okay. Let's set this aside for a minute. Okay, so Batman, the White Knight. Let's let's use this screen. Okay. Okay, so Batman, the White Knight by Sean fucking Murphy. Sean fucking Murphy. Okay, so turns out in the last page, see over here. Come on. Okay, so over here, Jack Napier, aka the Joker. He's the Joker. So actually forgot that his name is the Joker's real name is Jack Napier, and is he has proclaimed himself to be Gotham's White Knight because we know Batman is the Dark Knight, so he's gonna be the White Knight, and so that means Batman White Knight is probably a Joker story. It's a Batman story, of course, but it's gonna focus on the Joker more, and it's an excellent first issue, I would say. Uh, I don't know where to begin. So okay, that first let's talk about the art. Okay, so as for the art, it's kind of I don't know. It kind of looks a little old school to me because of like I said the brushwork. I don't know if this is digital or or traditional, a traditional artwork, but the the brush strokes are like I said earlier. It kind of reminds me of Will Eisner's strokes. Those artists from the '60s. Um, at least the strokes, the the drawing style is kind of in the middle because it looks a little cartoony. It doesn't look so realistic, but it works. It works, and it is great. And you can see that Mr. Sean Murphy is a is a master storyteller. Uh, by looking at his pages, there is movement, and as a comic book artist myself, um, I can see I can see his intentions in every panel, and he's using those subtle techniques to tell the story better, like like uh, that panel that I was thought that I really liked in this in the last few pages. The one that he where he's in the library. Let's see. Let's look for that panel. Okay, so okay, this one. This is a great page actually. Not just the panel. Not just because it is very well drawn, but like I say the like I said the subtle techniques, or how do you call that? Um, there are hidden. I don't know how to describe it. Hmm. Okay, so let me just explain it to you. Okay, so usually, um, in in American in Western comics, and well, in anything in literature, when you read the book, you start from left to right, right? So in this comic book, you start the first panel will be on the left, and then it goes to the right, and now, so that's fine with these two panels. But now after this third panel, it didn't go here. It didn't go back to the left. It just went down. Okay, so why is it that he didn't put this over here, right? So what he did to to override override, I don't know if that's the right word, to override the rule, uh, that you must return the left to start reading. He placed the panel on top of this second panel, so that you can see there is a it is overlapping, and there's a clear border that's above the second panel, showing the third smaller panel. Okay, so what that did is that directed your eyes towards this panel, and it also helped that he placed the dialogues, the balloons, right right beside the last dialogue over here, because let's say we don't we don't see this balloon, it just ended here, and then you're gonna get lost. You probably go back here, but since the last balloon is over here, the your eyes would automatically uh, go right below where there are also words that you can read. So it's a natural flow of your reading tendencies, maybe. And now you have successfully directed the reader's attention from the second panel to the third panel, even though the third panel is not located on the left. Okay, so that's advanced. I would consider that advanced paneling. Okay, so because you have to be you'll have to be a very observant, and you gotta think to you gotta be a thinking artist to think about those kinds of storytelling techniques. So why did he do that? Because he could just easily go here. Okay. Well, that he placed this on the right so that he could open this space up. So that he could open the library, and use a different kind of visual storytelling. That's actually, I don't know how to describe. I've done it before in my comics pages, and it's always amazing when you pull it off, and it's also amazing when you see other artists do it, and that is directing the reader's eyes to the story. It's like you're you're making a movie out of out of the out of a static image. Okay, so because we know that the comics, it's just still drawings, okay, or even pictures sometimes. So it's just a still image, and but then you can mess up the brain a little bit and make these directions subconsciously. You can direct it subconsciously because brain is wired in certain ways that would automatically um, direct your attention to do, or you direct it to do something, because that is the natural instinct of the brain. So from here, uh, since this left side has been opened up, what he did is he placed he placed a balcony. So first he has mapped the the architecture of the library. Okay, so there's going to be a balcony up here because it is a large room. So has a very high ceiling. So to make this interesting, he could have just placed a window over here like this one, like a large window. But to make it even more interesting, there would be a balcony, and then so from that balcony, he placed a spiral staircase right here. So what do you do with a staircase? You follow it, right? You when you use a staircase, you you spiral down, you spiral going downwards or upwards. So you just follow. It's a natural lead to your eyes to follow it like that, or at least if you're really digesting what you're looking at, um, that's how you would look at it. So this is another way, taking your appreciation to comics art to the next level. So you follow it, and then this is an empty space, right? And then supposedly it's an empty space. It's an empty hall. I mean an empty room, empty library, until over here, like so from uh, from from uh, from the left corner, he placed the staircase so that your eyes would naturally go down. Okay, so from here you go down, follow the staircase to an empty hall, and then when you finally move your eyes to the right, you see the Joker, Jack Napier, working and researching how to take GCPD and Batman down. That's brilliant. That's brilliant paneling and brilliant artwork, brilliant uh, visual storytelling right there. So this guy, Sean fucking Murphy, is knows what he's doing, and I'm curious about his other works. If you know other books uh, created by this Sean Murphy guy, please comment and let me know. I really would like to see his other works. Okay, so this is this is a great panel storytelling wise, but also I also have I'm also picking uh, a favorite panel or page. It's so this is one panel that I like. I just explained to you why, and then this one's also good. Batman beating Joker to pulp, bloodied up, and just just what's the word? Just not violating, just uh oh my god, brutalizing. That is that was that was the word I was looking for. Here he's just brutalizing the Joker. This this is my favorite page for this issue. Why? Because of this particular not panel, this particular drawing, this part, the Joker being a stand-up comedian. It's it's one of those it's one of those things that I really wonder about. The Joker being a comedian, and let's let's just switch screens so that you could see my handsome face. Oh, damn! Where is it? Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. Okay. Is this really what I want to do? Huh. Okay, let's put it back. Okay, so this is uh, this is the panel. This is my page page of the issue. What do you call that? How would I name it? So let me just explain why. Okay, I'm gonna need to cut some of these stuff. Uh, okay, so one of the things that I'm really looking for on a Joker story or Batman story is a story about the Joker being a stand-up comedian. Yeah, because like I said in my other videos, I've been following comedians on the internet. Um, I like I watch the Netflix specials of a lot of comedians, Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, and Bill Burr, those guys, and some of George Carlin, the first comedian that I followed. Um, and a lot of those guys are just savages. Actually, all of them are savages when it comes to comedy. And when I watched The Dark Knight, I thought he's gonna be that, but he wasn't. Especially during the scene where he did the pencil trick, I thought he's gonna be a comedian. But I mean, he's gonna put on a show um, and make people laugh. But like I said, they most of the time the writers just focus on the Joker being a criminal and a psychopath. Sometimes, well, he's a criminal, kind of a criminal philosopher, psychopath. That's the Joker has become um, in the modern age. Unlike before in the '60s, the Batman TV show. Okay, so what I always wondered is how would what kind of what kind of comedy set would the Joker have? if I'm gonna write the Joker's jokes, what kind of jokes would he tell, right? Because let's say, well, over here in this story, it's kind of, I think I read something like he's he sucks as a comedian, so he probably failed as a as a performer, and then probably affected him. I think that's what happened in the Killing Joke too. Yeah, yeah, he's a comedian there as well, but I don't remember even in that even in that story. Alan Moore uh, focused even more on his illness, his insanity. He didn't dwell too much on his jokes, and besides, he failed as a comedian, so his jokes were bad. What if what if Joker became a really good comedian? What would be an what kinds of jokes would he write? What how, because if you're gonna consider the Joker, he's gonna be first uh, psycho, a psycho, because that's the Joker. He's insane and he's violent and his mind is twisted in the most unexpected ways and violent ways. But at the same time, if he's a successful comedian, he's gonna have to be funny. So how are you? What kinds of jokes will you write to make to make something really twisted funny? Of course, a lot of that's not easy to do. But if it's the Joker, I mean, that's not impossible to do. Rather, but if it's the Joker, it's got to be chilly as well. It's not. It doesn't. It uh the chilliness. I don't know if you should call it chilliness. So, aside from being twisted, it's it's gotta it's gotta it's gotta uh, it's gotta produce more, or it needs to draw more complex reaction from you, because it's uh, it's the Joker. He's supposed to be a genius, and I don't know why he would fail in comedy if he's really good. Yeah, I don't think the Joker becoming the Joker is should fail in comedy. Okay, if I'm gonna write the Joker, he's gonna be a successful comedian, a twisted, violent comedian with uh, with really fucked up ideas, but still manages to make them funny. Probably controversial. It would say a lot of inappropriate things, but yeah, and something's just gonna snap. Maybe a tragedy that happens in his personal life. Somebody dies, or a real change in society happens that makes him um, lose it. But as for Joker sucking and and being a genius at the same time, because he excels in everything that he does. Okay, he's up there with Batman. Batman. He's up there with Batman in terms of because he the Batman couldn't take him down easily. He couldn't. In a lot of stories, they're an equal. They're equals, and so if you're equal with Batman, you gotta be the shit, right? And so that means you could have excelled in almost everything that you do. And then you call yourself the Joker and you suck at telling jokes. That doesn't make sense, right? So why would you why would you choose that name where you don't, where you're not good at, and while in everything else you're awesome. So that just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, so that's why I like this image over here. Looks like, kind of looks like a skinny Jim Carrey, and he's even holding a note. There's a joke in there. Let me read it. How many does GCPD does it take to change a light bulb? There are two it's. Okay. How many GCPD does it take to change a light bulb? It only takes one Batman. Yes, this Joker sucks at comedy. I don't get it. Maybe it's funny too. I don't know. Comedy night. Let's read the other. I like pages like this too. Because these kinds of pages give um, little more tidbits for you to chew on, and you just dive in and take a closer look, like I just did, because and makes it a little more interesting and authentic, because uh, comedians would some of them would have notes. Okay, there's a ticket, or maybe a comedy featuring, I can't read it. Jack Napier. Okay, I can't read the other word. Why don't you love me? And of course, there's Harley Quinn and Batman. Batman's silhouette on the buildings. Hmm. Anyway, so this is my favorite page on this issue. Okay, so let's talk about the story now. So, um, it's a different story. I don't know if uh, I don't know if I remember a similar Joker story like this, because usually um, they always play on the narrative that the Joker and Batman uh, are are like yin and yang. They need to they need each other to exist. So that's actually the it's a it's a for me it's really used up. It's already used up idea, and if that was the case, I would have lost interest reading already. But now, because while Batman was beating up uh, Joker, he was he was talking in those lines, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be boring. It's gonna be a turn off if that was the case. But then there was a twist. And what happens is the Joker would want to prove that uh, that Batman wants him to be Joker. That's uh, that's that's a little different compared to just proclaiming that you need each other to exist. And oftentimes Batman seems to agree, right? This one, or he's just suplado. But on this one, the Joker's plan is to remove the Joker, but not, but not killing without killing himself in the process. So that's pretty uh, unique. It's a different take on that narrative. So okay, I'm gonna I'm the Joker would be there's no more Joker, and it happened because that those pills that Batman gave the Joker, he emptied that little canister to his throat, and the Joker described it as something that would help him get better, and it did. All of a sudden, after recovering, the Joker wasn't insane anymore, and uh, and not only that, he also became this genius who's came up with ways to corner GCPD in legal aspects, and he's probably gonna sue him in the second issue, and that's what we're gonna. I'm looking forward into reading. Okay, so final verdict: Batman. Okay, so final verdict: Batman, White Knight, issue number one. Awesome, fantastic, fantastic issue. Excited to read Batman, White Knight number two, which would be on second the next video. Watch it and subscribe.